us out of despair, answered our every prayer because of you. This town is new.
Yeah. You know, next time you come along, $1,600 can get spent on your education instead of a home security system.
That's right.
Yeah.
They think they can come over here. They think they can come over here and like change our attitude. We've had our experiences in our life, and we feel what we feel. I will not be intimidated by God. No, I'm not. Lifting weights or carrying Christ's cross is going to make us change our mind.
So why are you here then?
Okay, I'm hungry.
I can't afford to feed myself.
Okay, if there were better jobs, if there were better jobs here, would you take them? Or would you prefer to stay the starving artist?
I would by far take a better job, I'm sure, if it got offered.
Okay.
If you could both give one bit of advice to Northsiders, what would it be?
Call me Ricky.
That's pretty good.
Well, I don't know. You go ahead. Whatever.
Oh.
Where's Senator Storm today?
Well, no, that's a good question, isn't it? Yeah.
Where's Smoking Joe?
I'm surprised you even had to ask that question.
Why do you like to do that, Rich? You do that occasionally.
Well, you know, we do things like that because one thing we want the South Side to know as well as the North Side is there's no obstacle that you can't plant, take your sights on, and smash through. And it's just a nice reminder. It's a visual reminder. That's why we do that.
Great.
You bet.
When we were down without you and Emily, Newtown would only be a town.
Senator, comments about the tragedy?
Yeah, 17 people dead or hospitalized. We've got a pipe bomb that went off in the local tavern, not 2 weeks ago? There's something going on in Newtown, and we've got to find out what it's all about.
Joe and I want to express our sympathies.
We're certainly investigating it further, but what we found right now is that there were high levels of lead and chlorine and chloric acid in the water supply. We had the results within the day, and it was due to the high levels of contaminants in the water.
That's really the result of a few years, maybe many years of mismanagement and neglect on the part of the North Side. I'm the chief of police. I have some authorities, and the authorities that we have include taking steps and actions to improve conditions and halt safety or improve safety where we've got problems.
We had a terrible tragedy over on the North Side, and what I'd like to ask you to do is let's take a moment to think about those people, those gallant citizens from Newtown that are gone but not forgotten. But they are definitely gone. Take a moment, if you would, and let's bow our heads with a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's a forum now. There's a place for these people to focus their anger, and there's a guy that they can rally behind now. And shit like this is just, I mean, this is the most horrific thing I've ever heard happening in Newtown.
I think pretty interesting that within a day of that Feed the North Side, all these Northsiders were, had been drinking bad water on the same day. It just seemed odd. Don't you find that pretty interesting?
Well, you know what I find interesting, Justin, is that you ask all of these pointed questions in regards to Rich Price. It's not always about the campaign. It's not always about the people, the guys that are running for this for the mayor, and it's and why you're asking questions. There are a lot of coincidences in our lives, and that happened to be one. But we have scientific proof that had nothing to do with food poisoning.
Okay.
I think that we're luckily invisible. Really, I don't think that he can touch us. I think that we're going to live through it and survive all this change that's taking place. I think that Rich Price, once if he's elected, which he probably will be, like that'll give me a chance to go talk to the man, and and I think a lot of people will do that and try to take him in hand and help him if it's not too late. Jesus Christ, Tommy, let's split. Tom has gone to the woods for the first time. His shoes are no good for work, I tell him. I give him the LL Bean walking boots. Tom feels fine in these dead man's shoes. His wino jogging shoes, 6 ounces he exchanges with me for a promise I will honor them. Things you would expect to weigh much more and to stink with their collected filth, but they don't. Or say we got degrees from the University of Dublin, know the truth when you hear it and still fuck up. There's nothing to that. We know what is said, the unbearable, unutterable. Tom, I love you, Tom, flabbergasted in the unchanging light. I remember how we astonished were, though lived, these lives when telling America the panorama of pride and contagion of fear. Can words heal? Love in the dense retribution of fucking up, of bindweed and blackberry spines where poison pools and barges strand where water ran, dams, monstrous monoliths to concrete and pain, these gray bastards, concrete fulcrums against fear. Like here in winter, the river is perfectly obsidian with streaks of reflected snow, crinkled and uplifted. Raymond's harmonical lifts and drifts upstream. The great heron strokes the river's winter mist, and we revere each fleck of rock, and we ache.